if you're ready and they're ready, let's just rock it.
All right,
if you're ready,
up. Yeah, we can do this.
Okay. Are we live?
Yep, we're live and we're in.
All right. Well, welcome back, folks. That was a short break, but we're gonna enter Game 3 of the night, and it will be Sharkbait HooHa versus WCF. A very important game for Sharkbait. I don't know what the playoff contentions are for WCF at this point. I think they're gonna still play hard though. I think it's always fun to watch WCF.
Well, it's still possible for them to get a 4th seed, right?
I'd imagine
if they
it
win
would
out.
have to be, and so this would actually be a very this is a do or die situation. I'm gonna say that right now. I haven't calculated it out yet, but I'm pretty sure they have to win this. They have to win out pretty much the rest of the season here.
Yeah.
And people have to lose. It's not in their favor. They have to have other things happen.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy by any means, but it is possible.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it looks like both teams are fielding their full starting rosters. Or actually, no. Booscraft. Who's on their starting roster?
1 sec, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, I got it. The Gurnig. I don't know really what. Oh wait, WCF. Okay, I got the calculations in. WCF and Guerrilla Radio are eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh,
so
100%.
we know the 4 teams going to playoffs, but we don't know the seeding, and that will be the exciting part of the rest of the regular season here. But enough of the regular season talk here. Let's talk about this champ select, and we got some Darius and Garen bands. Those are good to see. I'm surprised about the amount of juggernauts we've actually seen today.
Well, it was the same last week. I mean, even I was guilty of it. I shit talked them not banning all the juggernauts, and then our team didn't ban all the juggernauts either. It's most people are just they're really scary in solo queue, and I think in a team game it's harder just to dump on people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do have a Lulu pick coming out right away. That's most likely for Strip.
Yep, the Lulu extraordinaire. Also, yeah. Before we move on, we got Jarvan ban. A lot of obvious target bans here. Fiora, we just saw some things Fiora did. Very scary here. Gonna make the stream a little bit louder for you folks.
All right, Gangplank and a Skarner power picks.
Yeah, so sort of the last 2 here, aside from Mord, are left open, and they are going to be locked in. My Wang, I've seen him play Skarner in the past. It's a pretty easy champion, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really played him post second rework, but Skarner is a good champion right now.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, he's so tanky once you get past a certain point, and he's so fast. If he's near one of those fucking Dominion turrets and he wants to ult you, you're getting ulted. By the way, I hate Riot for making me play Dominion in a normal game. It's not okay. I don't appreciate it. We got a pretty normal lane coming out from blue team over here, Thresh and Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are working on the quietness, folks, here.
No, I believe it's fixed, actually. I believe we're good.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so Gangplank and Skarner, we've talked about in the past. We talk a lot about them. Let's talk about some more normal picks here. We got Caitlyn and Thresh, and Hibbs and Destiny. It's still Destiny is a support player, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he in the past, I know for a fact this Thresh guy very good. He's made some pretty good plays on Thresh. The Caitlyn Thresh is a very strong lane. It's actually good at pretty much all stages of the game, except for, I guess, the mid game, just because of Caitlyn's power trough there. But you can definitely win a lane with Caitlyn Thresh.
Yeah, it's a very good all-around lane. Caitlyn obviously is pretty safe with her long range and her net to get her out of there, and her traps if she's really good with them. And Thresh, as everyone knows, is like the biggest utility support, so lots of different options there. Obviously, there will probably be a ton of pushing from Caitlyn's side, get them under tower, but Sivir doesn't really care. With her E and W, or sorry, with her Q and W, she's pretty good at clearing minions, so.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn Thresh, like, we were saying, strong lane, but probably the best answer to that lane is Morgana Sivir, because you can just block everything. Yeah, I mean, Morgana's already the de facto counterpick to Thresh, because it's so telegraphed, like Death Sentence. You can spell shield it every time.
As a Thresh support main, fuck Morgana.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Me and Drew here, we played plenty of Thresh in our time, and yeah, playing against a Morg is just so infuriating. You can't fish for hooks, essentially. You have to sort of lead in with a backwards flay. You have to be a little tricky about it. And Caitlyn, you lay down the little cupcakes, Sivir's just gonna spell shield them.
Free mana.
Yeah. It's a tough lane, but I think as long as they just farm it out, both lanes sort of go equal into the later stages of the game. Obviously, Sivir is a Sivir comp, so she's gonna have a little bit of advantage there.
All right, and then we see a Shyvana and a Victor coming out. Victor obviously super strong, seen him picked a lot.
Yeah, and Viverette has gone off on this guy, and Thrifty played him last game as well. Seems to be a very popular mid laner nowadays, very strong, kind of a lane bully, just a real all-around good control mage.
Yeah,
and you really can't go wrong with Victor.
Yeah, he's crazy burst, and honestly, his cooldowns aren't super long, so even if it's a long team fight, he can just keep dishing out the damage.
Yeah, and Stripe picking Shyvana, and that will obviously go over to Dubdrum in the jungle. And Dubdrum, that 1 week, he seemed like he just solo carried the game on that Shyvana. He did some real work with it. Very strong jungler. Overall, a very balanced team comp. I really like the team comp out of Sharkbait. It's conservative, but it has just enough. I think enough damage, enough CC. It has just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little confused by WCF's team comp. I actually kind of like it. It's a little different. I'm not a fan of the Lux in mid lane, but other than that, I'm a pretty big fan of their team comp right now. Because along with Sivir and Skarner going super fast, and Morgana to spell shield Skarner so he can get in there, you can also lay down Gangplank ult behind them so they can't even run away.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of disruption, a lot of CC, really CC heavy actually, now looking at it for WCF. And Purple Pickle Pie, last pick overall, going with Lux. I mean, you don't see Lux a lot nowadays.
No, you don't.
She has long cooldowns, but she still has that incredible burst. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh yeah, he's bringing exhaust for. I assume Shyvana for when Shyvana jumps in. Double exhaust.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, because I think barrier or heal would have been better against just in the lane against Victor. But yeah, no, that's all right. But yeah, Lux high cooldowns, still tons of burst. We'll see if he can get snowballing, because Lux is actually one of those really snowbally mages. And yeah, Lux it can really easily go into Majaya Soulstealer.
Lux is one of those mages where it's like if you're really far behind early, you're going to have a rough game. Like, you can come back into it, but you're not going to be just blowing people up. But if you get a couple kills early, you can just full combo people and just delete them.
Mm-hmm. Totally, yeah. Yeah, if you're behind, you're just there for the utility, and then if you're ahead, you land a Cosmic Binding, someone's dead.
And I think the only person we haven't talked about is Dub picking up that Shyvana again. He's pretty comfortable on that.
Yeah. I like Lulu with any jungler that wants to dive the backline. Or just really anyone, because we, for a while there, I thought Olaf was actually going to rise to be a really dominant top lane pick.
That sounds like the story of Olaf.
Yeah, because he had the little run in North American playoffs. Iris and Zion Spartan both playing him really well, winning super hard on him. And they always said Olaf pairs super well with like a mid Lulu. And you speed them up, you make them huge when they get into that back line. But really, it works the same with someone like Shyvana. These champions don't have hard CC, but if they get to the back line and they have just a little bit of extra help from some utility, they can do a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying about Lulu, like she's useful in every situation. All of her spells have like 2 different uses, and it's just, especially when I used to play her support, like I also just built a shit ton of items that had actives and got a lot of buttons to press. Slam that keyboard.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm assuming we're going to see an invade because WCF's invade is insane.
Yeah, I know. Just realizing the lore boner, Morg and Lux. Are they related? They have to be related.
No, you're thinking of Morgana and KO.
Dude, but they both have bindings. One's dark, one's cosmic.
Dude, they're like, their champion kits are really similar. They both have a AoE circle. They both have a binding, and they both have a shield, and they're not related at all. Morgana and Kale.
Okay, well, Morgana and Kill. I mean, Kill can do anything.
Right.
Meta.
Yeah.
But,
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for those
Gangplank.
memes.
I see. I feel like Booze. I know not last week, but the week prior when we were doing research on that, Booze had quite a bit of Gangplank in his match history. Like that was sort of his next champ pick after the Jarvan. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago we banned it against him. Now we're able to see it. Do you know what he played last week? If he played?
Who played?
Boozegraph.
I do not remember off the top of my head.
Oh, it's Light Binding. Cosmic Binding is Bard's Q. I apologize, Thrifty Senpai. Okay, so wait, so then that means Bard, Lux, and Morgana all are related.
Get out.
I mean, I wonder if someone can make a binding comp. Is there more bindings in this game that I don't know about?
There's not a lot of bindings, honestly. I mean, they're all just snares, honestly, but,
Yeah, yes, they are. They are. Well, no, Cosmic Binding is a stun. Or a slow. Yeah, it's basically a line that shoots out and CCs people. So,
I mean, if you want to go with that, there's a lot of those.
There's quite a few of those. I'm gonna check out see if there's any cool runes and masteries. But overall, like when you see these team comps, what does Sharkbait want to do? What do they want to do to win this game? What's their win condition?
Something I want to point out real quick before we get off the load screen, just because you can see it here. There's actually not a lot of mastery on the champions they're playing, so they haven't been practicing them a shit ton.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Because only 3 of the 10 actually have the mastery. So I mean, obviously it doesn't mean that much, but it does at least mean they haven't been putting a ton of time into them.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Which team wants to do it?
Oh yeah, so Sharkbait's team comp. What do you think their win condition is? What's sort of their end goal?
Sharkbait's team comp is team fights all day. Force those dragons early and just snowball that into a lead, because as we've seen, Dubdrum deals some serious fucking damage in team fights. He's very good on Shyvana, and the rest of their team is very well suited for team fights in general.
Yeah, I'd almost have to think Shyvana is like their main damage threat as the game goes into the later stages. I mean, obviously Victor is going to supply tons of damage, and if he gets snowballing, then yeah, he's going to go through the roof. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I think they want to control that dragon early on, get the sated early on for Shyvana, and then from there, like you said, they could just team fight, or if they really wanted to, Dubdrum could just split push. So for WCF though, what is their team comp's a little more all over the place?
Like I said, they have that engage idea. Like I was talking about, they have the speed up Wang to grab somebody. They have the spell shield on him to make sure that happens, and they have a Gangplank ult if they want to slow someone who's in their way. But I'm not sure. Oh, and actually they're all going to get seen right away by that ward.
Yep, that's a brilliant ward. Kind of an odd way to come through, actually, in Invade. Usually people go through that banana bush and river. I think maybe they're doing that thinking that people would go and actually award the banana bush instead of the mid lane board, but either way, no fighting. It looks like gonna happen right off the bat here. Early Spire capture across the map, actually. Wow, that's I don't see that very often.
Right. Yeah, but both of them picking up opposite side as Spires. Actually, no. Oh yeah, they did trade Spires there.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, the far one doesn't matter that much for Skarner, and they're just retaking that one by red anyway, so...
Yep. Oh, Boozgraph high. Oh, gonna start the game off 1-for-1 on bindings.
Easy damage.
Easy damage, yeah.
No fancy starts, no invades or anything. Just start normal, trying to get people off normal.
Yep, pretty standard stuff. Man, maybe someday in the SBL, and there's still a chance for the season, especially in playoffs, maybe, because, you know, in a best-of-5 environment, you can try a few different things. Maybe in the future we'll see a lane swap, or maybe like a double jungle situation, or even just giving off the Gromp or the Stone Bros to your bottom lane for that early level too. But people, yeah, they're not too keen on deviating. Just start with the standard stuff, and hopefully their play will bring them through.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm expecting a fairly mundane early game from bottom. They might try for something level 2, but Caitlyn's very much a poke. And actually, never mind, holy shit. As I was talking about poke, Joe gets half his health taken away in one
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, you have to be really careful playing around Caitlyn, and especially don't get headshotted by her passive. That's just the worst. And it sucks, but like Caitlyn will just zone you off when it's tough.
Yeah.
Double spell deal comes out, but the hook goes wide anyway, so kind of a waste of utility there. An early exhaust onto him just to really make sure Joe doesn't get hit on, but some good trades going back on Field Destiny.
Yeah, bit of a panic exhaust there. Didn't need to go down. Caitlyn couldn't have gone much farther than she was right there.
Yep. I don't know if it's just you, but like every time I spectate, it always gravitates to the bottom, and I don't know if the spectate just knows I play bottom, or
it's because there's 4 people in bottom instead of 2, so there's more action, so that's why it always hangs around bottom.
Well, I'm not competitive. I love it.
Technically, there's more going on now. Oh, Joe actually in a decent amount of danger here.
Oh, man.
Now Gruden.
Oh yeah, he jumped. Gruden had the spell shield. He needed to spell shield that first hook there.
So their options are stay here super low and
the heal comes out too. Yeah, they're really scared.
Yeah, this is a really shitty situation to be in when you get pushed while there's a huge minion wave, because then you have to make the choice of safety or minions, and Stripe's getting a decent amount of damage on, but he's in the minion wave.
Yeah, and Wang actually, Stripe answers back with tons of damage. Wang was taking all the damage from the minion wave, like you said, but just showing a little bit of pressure, but no sums, no flash burn for Stripe, so maybe not the best gank 2015, but that's all right. Yeah, but what I think Hibbs and Destiny, they need to try to freeze the wave further from the tower, because you don't have an exhaust or heal on the enemy bot lane.
Yeah, and Hibbs just keeping up that poke constantly. Okay. Oh. And you do get another spell shield.
They need to like make a flowchart. They need to talk right now saying like, okay, when the hook comes out, I'll do this. You save the other one.
Yeah, that's always an issue on Sivir when your support's... Oh, and we have a pause actually. When your support's being too helpful and you're sitting there like, I want to take these spells, I want to get this mana.
Mm-hmm.
That seems legit.
Yeah, but Swain Battle League hashtag pause of the game brought to you by Bad Dragon. Like always.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean we didn't lose the sponsor. It's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, and we got a shout out to our
It's
sponsor,
pretty hard to lose a fake sponsor, honestly.
Yeah, see that's the brilliant part about it, Trey.
Yeah, we'll always have them. So interestingly, but despite the super poke that's been going on from Caitlyn, Sivir is still right next to him on CS.
Yeah. He might be doing a good job of CSing under tower.
And that's mostly, I guarantee, because Caitlyn is putting too much pressure on harassing and not enough on CSing. Like, you get into that mindset where you're like, I have to poke him, and while you're poking him, two minions just died.
Right. Yeah, it's almost... So, yeah, you're right. So people, they tunnel vision in, thinking like, oh, I have amazing poke right now. I need to lower their health so they're in kill range. You don't always have to do that. Like, sure, if you land the Piltover and Peacemakers and land a couple hooks, that's great. But you just having more health by yourself and standing in the minion wave will probably be enough for Sivir to not want to try to CS.
Right.
Yeah, there's a fine balance, and you got to definitely find it when you're playing a lane bully.
So, assuming by the fact that the camera has not put us mid lane, not much has happened there. And, I mean, there's a small CS lead. Yeah, about one wave towards Victor, which is kind of expected. Lux has a little difficulty farming early if she's getting pressure put on her.
Yeah. It's not until like Lux gets her first big AP item, and probably an Athene's here.
I would assume so.
Yeah, until she gets that, and then I think she can just start clearing the back, like the casters with her E for sure, and then the rest are hopefully pretty easy, weaving in your spells and stuff between the passive. Yeah, and then kind of actually the same exact gold lead in top lane on that Lulu.
Yep.
So I mean, I feel like that's expected in those two lanes. Gangplank it'll become a lot easier for him to farm, and actually he suffers from the same problem as Lux. Once he just gets a couple items and he levels up the barrels, then he just starts clearing waves for days, and their wave clear is actually really good for WCF, and that's gonna maybe help them out later in the game.
That's one really annoying thing about Gangplank is, especially as he levels up and those timers on the barrels get lower, it's really easy for him to line up both of those and just clear a whole wave.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I think Hibbs just landed the headshot on the Joe, and Joe's still low on mana. He's hopefully looking for a spell shield here.
Yeah, they're still in this real bad position where they want that CS really bad. They know they're trying to keep it down, and there again with the double spell shields. The mastery. I don't know if you want to be flashed in that mastery.
Oh, Joe, he's just, oh man, he keeps walking over these auto attacks. I mean, there's not much he can do. It's just the auto attack range of Caitlyn is just that much better.
And he finally actually decides to go back. It's just one of those shitty decisions you have to make sometimes. You're like, I know I'm back. I'm not back. I know I'm low. I want to back, but if I do, there's a ton of CS here. But if I don't, I'm gonna die and the CS anyway. Right.
And even if you stay with such low health, you might not even pick up the CS. So then you're just digging a bigger hole. Yeah, it's almost always, if you have a gut instinct like I should back, you should probably just follow up on it.
Yeah, you just gotta follow your gut. Ignore the fact that you're gonna lose a wave and just gotta deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once you come back full health, it's sort of like a new ball game. You know, like you could fight a 2v2 maybe, have some help from your jungler. I mean, it's still pretty good. I mean, he has the pickaxe, so he actually does have an item advantage. But I assume Caitlyn will go back here, get that BF. Put the lane in his favor.
Junglers, we do have Dubdrum moving up top. He didn't take that killer, I'm assuming because that way they couldn't know he was in their jungle. Mm-hmm. So we do have him coming in right now. Bootstrap is about to get slow here. Mm-hmm. And his ult coming down trying to keep him up.
Yeah, and Bootstrap with an early flash, and Dubdrum, he flashes just to really make sure he secures that kill. Tries to use that Gangplank ult to slow him down, but it's not enough. So, and with the, went over to Stripe. Still all right. Yeah, honestly, I think it might have better to go over to Dubdrum. But
I think probably with that Shyvana, I mean, if you can get her ahead early, she's such a terror when she's ganking anyone.
Yeah, but that's still good because now actually Stripe can go into that lane and probably deploy Gangplank even harder. Gangplank went back, he got the shield early on.
Joe might be in a little bit of danger here.
Yep. Okay. Oh, nice binding coming on to Failed Destiny, and the heal popped out. He has to flash out. Albano tries to get the last auto, but he's going to take a lot of damage from Hibbs on the return.
massive props to Gruden there. That was some great Morgana play, both on the bind and the spell shield, just in time to keep him from getting hooked in. So yeah, multiple flashes and other summoners being top bottom. But it looks like this will give Joe a little bit of free farm down here. He doesn't have to worry so much while that Thresh is back.
Oh, Boo's got getting chunked up by Stripe. Stripe's got the Phoenix Codex and the Forbidden Idol.
Yeah, Lulu's Q does so much damage.
Yeah, and he's gonna have the cooldown and the mana regen with the Doran's Ring on top of it. He's just probably gonna stay up here and put a lot of pressure on this top tower. He might even get it before Gangplank really becomes a threat.
So we do have a 1k gold lead coming entirely from CS right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the first blood, sorry. So
yep.
Actually, about half of that is not from CS. And if I go on mid and bottom.
Yeah, just a little harassed. Purple Pickle Pie on the losing tail of that one. Dub Jump showing bottom, trying to put a little pressure down there. Destiny and Hibs, yeah, they're doing what they should be doing now, is just sort of freeze the wave as far back as possible and just play the zone game. Purple Pickle Pie trying to get the damage down on the ult, but really just wait there for the wave clear.
That was a nice dodge by Vivrat there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just barely out of it.
He must be a Midwest player. Thresh roaming from bottom, just trying to get some wards down. There is an early pink for Sharkbait in that river pixel bush there.
And so that's a textbook support fight. Gotta get that ward, dude.
Hey, stop. What's my ward?
Stop, please.
Stop.
I don't like this.
Stop, please. Okay, you died. That's fine. We'll call
And
it
an
a
ult
day.
actually.
Oh, yeah. That's in. He's going to try to lay the damage down onto Joe, but
Almost.
Destiny does not have that flash.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god, he had health spot ticking and it took so long for him to pick up that kill. There's the Sivro finally? And Bootstrap's gonna go down in the top lane there. My way, able to pull Stripe back in, but Stripe with a really good ult to disengage the fight. Flashes out immediately, and I think he's out of here. Vivret on the roam down, and Albino Joe gets locked up by the gravity field. There's so much fighting across the map, top and bottom lane. My wings barely gonna survive this. Dub Jump, he's going for it. The minions are tanking. Dub Jump's the burnout's gonna be up soon. Wang's got the health bots ticking. He has a speed up as
Someone's
well.
faster.
Yep. That second tower health shield.
Wow. The whole map blew up right there.
Yep.
All at once.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, oh man, Sharkbait 4-1. Now almost it is a 2k gold lead.
Yeah, so with some good fights, they managed to convert that just CS lead into some really definite kill leads, getting Lulu and Caitlyn 2 kills each.
Yep, that's pretty big. Pretty big for the Caitlyn, honestly. That's
early game. Caitlyn needs it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, Phil Destiny on a really good roam here. The hook lands on a Purple knocks him out of the gravity field, and he flashes over the box. But oh man, what's some D-synergy right there? Oh! Vivret will go down. Good answer from Purple. Good awareness to turn the fight there. And My Wang, he's going to try to get some damage down to Failed Destiny. But he is a sad Scorpion today.
So if he had not played him onto the field,
that's a guaranteed kill. Yeah. Yep,
they wouldn't have had to dive. It wouldn't have been 1-for-1. But
yeah, or even honestly, if he was trying to walk back out of the gravity field, play him back in. Or just box. Just box right away. Yeah, a little bit of a misplay, and it turned into a little over-aggression. Purple Pickle Pie capitalized on that mistake, trading Vivret's life. That's one great thing about either Victor and Viger together, or Victor and Thresh together. And if I go down for wards, then this is going to actually get bloody probably. Yeah, so Destiny uses that exhaust onto My Wang, and My Wang's able to pick up that kill. Dubjump has to ult out to save his life, and Dragon Control actually goes over to WCF. They have that Spire captured right there, and Skarner is pretty strong in these early levels with those Spires. Deceptively strong. Dubjump's not going to have his ult. Oh, his ult's still going, but it might fade out before the big fight here. If they were smart, they could go down here and collapse on him. Oh yeah, WCF, they're totally collapsed in. They're still trying to do the Dragon as well. Oh, The laser vision just by a hair, and Vibret's gonna go down, but Madam Stripe's on the back. He's gonna pick up a couple kills for himself. Albino Joe trying to fight, and Dubjump actually came into the pit, and he's gonna steal Dragon. He has no way out though, and he will sacrifice his life for the Dragon take.
That was a very good play by Dubjump. They were all way too distracted, and no one even thought to go in on him because they could have killed him and then taken that Dragon.
That's right there. That's some sated developer mindset.
Yeah, right?
Fuck those champions. There's a Dragon here.
Hibbs there actually was cut off from his turret by that barrel, but manages to last hit it before I could fuck him up.
Yeah.
So Joe's still kind of in danger here. He does have the shield, but if that doesn't go correctly,
oh man. He's got to trust in his mind, dude. You got to put the blast shield down and trust your instincts, man. Like he was positioned in front of the minion for a reason.
So still choosing to push though. Now would be a good time to back. Oh, he's trying to farm for an item, but he already has a BF sword, so he could go back right now.
Yep. I think that that binding landed. That might have been some good damage there. See, now you're just playing with fire. Now you're real. Oh, Joe, get out of there, man. Don't show me the mastery. Don't show me that mastery, dude. I don't believe that. Oh, man. And Dubjump is down here. He's going to ult in onto both of them. John Green and Albino Joe. Hook misses a late react flash, but they will survive with their lives.
Yeah, I think he was holding it to try and flash away from the hook, but amazingly, yeah.
It wouldn't even matter, dude. So he had the spell shield on. Oh man. Well, let's stop talking about mechanical misplays. Overall, still just a 2K gold lead for Sharkbait. So I think that's been pretty much a 2K gold lead for a while now. The Dragon take is pretty big. Dubjump has 66 farm, man. He is just farming it up. He has 13 stacks. So Dan was saying last game, maybe like 19 minutes you want to get that Devourer. I don't know if he's going to get that. He doesn't even have 15 yet. It's still 30 stacks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. Might be a little late, but he's still sitting pretty well here. Madam Stripe, though, 3-0. He's already got the Manila Omicron and the cooldown boost here. John Gruden going into big Morgana ult on top of a Gangplank ult. Good synergy. Shutdown coming in for Bluesgraph, and Albino Joe should be able to pick up this kill here on Failed Destiny. There it is. Clunk. And yeah, that's some good map awareness. That's really good teamwork out there. Yeah. Oh, my Wang with a sneaky splash ult on the Madam Stripe here. Let's see if they can get the damage down. And they will. The red buff is ticking, and he's going to get that kill over to Bluesgraph. So Bluesgraph just got a lot of gold.
Yes. Yeah, he's sitting on a ton of money right now, probably.
Yeah, 1.5k. And Dubjump, he tries to ult in and pick up the kill on Bluesgraph, but Vibred is also there for the help, and he will take that kill for himself. So just like that, answered, and it's 8-8, but it's only a 1k gold lead for Sharkbait right now. Do you think they're really just waiting for this dragon to come back up and try to get that into Dubjump's hands?
Yeah, I guarantee they are. And we have tower trades going on across the map. One
and
top,
there's that
one
mid,
bottom.
the mid control. That's really good actually for WCF. Now they can put a lot of pressure on this dragon. It's going to be really hard for Dubjump to get into a good position. As long as they ward the red side here.
Vibred has been leaving lane a lot, and Lux has been using that just to get her farm back up and constantly put pressure on mid, and she finally got that turret for it.
Oh, he did it, dude. He's got that Majaya's Soul Stealer.
We're
The Majaya's Swag Stealer.
Alright. We'll keep tracking those stacks for you. Precision 5,
And now it's just a vision battle. Who can get the better vision on the dragon? A minute 30 till it's up. 4-man push coming out for Sharkbait into this mid. They want to answer back, get that mid tier 1 for themselves. It's actually kind of scary to siege or maybe even dive the tower here versus Skarner. And a Morgana. There's a lot of good anti-dive for WCF.
Yeah,
and really good
they're
wave
very
clear,
good.
like we mentioned earlier. So this is going to be pretty tough for Sharkbait here.
Who's gonna have to flash?
Sort of just chilling in the Baron pit. He's going to take a lot of damage before he decides to use the flash. And Boozcraft will get out. Dub jump,
Kind of
chased him over the wall there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he got into that situation, but yeah, he had to waste his flash for it.
Yep, the pings are going down. They want to try to capture this Spire.
Both top laners do have their teleports.
Madam Stripe, both do not have their flashes as well. Just looking at summoners, it looks like Sharkbait's definitely up some summoners. They have 3 flashes compared to the 1 on WCF, but that might be all right here. WCF, they're looking for the pick. They have 2 bindings. They have that binding synergy.
Surprised there was no follow-up damage on Destiny. I think it's because they were worried they didn't see anyone, but they are mid.
Yeah, and they're gonna get this.
Yeah, they get.
Pickleback with a flash bind down to him. He will go down to start off the fight here, but they did lose mid tower, and they're still chasing this one. Stripe has a lot of pressure in that top lane. They might just want to rotate back to Dragon.
That was a good flash snare, but sadly they did lose tower anyway. They were too slow to stop that from happening, but they're going to rotate down, try and take Dragon.
Yeah, they do have a man up for the advantage here, so it should be a pretty easy Dragon. And that's good. That keeps Dub Drum down. Yeah, so really good play out of WCF, actually. A little slow on the rotate to mid, so they might have not had lost the mid tower, but at the end of the day, I think I'll take that trade.
Ooh, dope.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Albino Joe with a 6 spell shield and Purple Sacrifice says, see you later, Dub Jump. This is our jungle.
Destiny with the panic box. He's like, I really want to get out of here. Please don't chase me.
Oh yeah, dude, I know that feel. The panic box. Just like there's so many times where you just box and instantly flash away. Just like stop chasing me.
I want to feel safe in my own home.
Yeah. And Albino Joe straight repping that 20-minute average blade.
I have to assume Joe literally just buys this to piss off Swift at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just me at this point. And he's got 5 gold. I mean, average blade is actually not a bad item for from AC at this point in the game. Because
well, he's going to be building it into an item now anyway. The big problem when he was buying the average blade was when it was like before his IE.
yeah, that was just silly, but yeah, nowadays, as long as you go into static shiv, it's a very good item to get right after you get the IE.
Yeah, and actually both ADs have exactly the same build right now. So of course, Joe feels the need to point it out.
Yeah.
We do have a lot top lane, but they're getting pinged because they must have had sight or just assumed that they were top.
Yep. WCF grouping up into the mid lane. I think they're trying to look for
Wang's going in.
Yeah, they're looking for the pick. There's the Sivir ult, but Wang was already on the retreat. He actually gets locked up in the gravity field, miles away from the team fight, and Joe gets played through the lane, and the Tranquil Breath will finish him off. Kind of a little hypey there.
Yeah, so just because you can run really fast doesn't mean you should be in the front. You're still the AD.
Yeah, he took so much free damage and then made a little oops there, flayed in, had a flash out. But yeah.
So it looks like they're rotating towards bottom. They do have a big minion wave down there, and they're gonna try and make use of that while they leave 1 or 2 mid to push that in, double pressure.
Yeah,
and Lulu and Gangplank never felt the need to teleport. They're like, no, that's fine. Our team should fight.
And I think, Stripe's still on the winning end of the steal. He's extending a huge CS lead right now, just blowing around that Gangplank. And keeping the Gangplank down from farming pretty hard at this stage of the game is really good. It delays the power spike. He only has Trinity Force right now, and Wang, he's got the spell shield, he's got the speed up, he's trying to get on Veil Destiny, he's immune to CC, he lays down the Chilling Smite, and he's still going for it. No one's there to help him out. Oh, there we go, there's the Lux laser.
Teleport?
He Coming in the back, Adam Stripe is zoning out Purple Pickle Pie from this fight. Different rotated over. It's a 2v3 now, and oh man, WCF gets blown away in the backfield. Double kill for Dub Jump.
I'm kind of confused by that fight, to be honest.
Yep, that chase should have ended. It actually should have never started. That should have. that was all super extraneous and not good.
So Joe should get away, but he did have to use his ult to do it.
Yep.
Some really even kill scores across the map, but you know it's not even? The farm from the junglers.
Right. Yeah. It's
holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's just Shyvana and Dub Jump. Dub Jump plays a pretty fast farming Shyvana, and he is sated, right? Yep, he is sated, and he's got the blade, so he's got the core Shyvana build. Interestingly enough, he actually goes boots and mobility. I don't know what Shyvana is actually default to for the boot choice. But boots of mobility sort of screams like he just wants to run around the map and push waves into towers. Not going with something more defensive like Merc Treads or Tabby if you want to actually be in the fights.
Mobo's is, I'm going to be everywhere. I want to gank everybody. And getting in between camps too.
Yep, exactly. So the game slowed down a bit. Still just a 2K gold lead for Sharkbait.
Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, almost every fight is straight trades, honestly. Or if it's not a trade, it'll be like 2-0 one fight, 0-2 the next fight, and Stripe's in danger.
Yep. Oh, Barrel's not gonna go off to get the damage though. Stripe flashes out the binding, and Purple Pickle Pie does the math on the fly, breaks out the calculator, and calculates him to death.
So speaking of Lux getting big and stacking, that's
that
working
14?
out. That's 14.
That's 14 stacks, boys and girls, on the Majaya Swag Stealer. This is gonna be good, dude. If he gets 20 stacks, he's 5-1-3 right now. He's working on looks like a death cap.
Can we petition Riot to make that number easier to read?
Yeah, no, right? Jesus.
I'm hoping that's a 14 and not a 4.
Yeah, it's definitely 14. Yeah, he hasn't died in a while. He's been racking up the kills.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There's that Sivir ult again.
And he's in front.
Yeah. Dub Jump is there for him. They're going to try to 2v2 it. Albino Joe gets deleted from the map, though. Purple Pickle Pie going to pick up another kill for himself, though. Threshold lined over the wall, hoping for the play over the wall. But the Lantern's going to get him over, and he will lose some stacks for that.
You see that Lantern?
Yeah.
It was on his side of the wall, but it had a big enough hitbox that Dub Jump was able to click it anyway.
Oh, geez. Now, he also tried to play over the little wall, which is possible. It just, that would have been sick.
They have to be right against it.
Yeah, you had to be really right against those small walls for that to work. But yeah, it's a really good fresh play. He saw the flash and he just hooks over the wall blind.
He was actually starting that hook before
Really?
the flash
Before the
came
flash?
up.
So it was a real Mad Life.
It was a real Mad Life because Lux flashed straight away from him.
Yeah.
So his hook still managed to land it. And anyway, Who's actually flashing away
Scrap
from...
with the respect flash, man. That's just straight respect. Vivret, he's got the Zanyas and Mark II Hex Core. He's starting to amp up. He's got a lot of damage.
Ooh, Gruden kind of endangered her dumping. Tons of damage.
Dude, just think if that binding didn't hit. That would have been a dead John Gruden. So once again, we're looking at a little over 2K gold lead again. Kind of a sloppy fight down there. Once again, the Sivir ult backfired. Albino Joe leading the charge face first.
I think we gave it the commentator's curse, dude. As soon as we talked about Lust's stack, she lost half. Oh my god, never mind.
Dude,
it's the opposite of everything I'm saying.
What does that say now? Is it 10?
It's 10.
Okay.
That damage is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Purple Pickle Pie.
Just talking about.
Yep.
But
stop chasing! Run! No! No! God, oh man. Okay, that's fine. Good.
So there was that engagement we talked about with the Gangplank ult behind them and the Sivir ult in. They weren't in the perfect position, so they weren't actually able to get it anyway. And a very nice Victor stun managed to keep them off.
Yeah, Wang got locked. Was it again the gravity field that locked him off?
Yes.
Yeah, and so they start the
Dub
charge,
Drum's
and then
alone.
Wang's like, "Hey guys, I'm CC'd. I'm not there." Dubjum's in deep in enemy territory right now. Honestly, I think Dubjum could just reverse and style on those kids 1v2.
Probably.
Oh, is Dubjum? He's staying in that tri-bush down by.
Oh,
man, Albino Joe. So okay, good boomerang check. Yeah.
That was good. That was a good use of your spells.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I would have checked that. I think I would have just.
I don't know.
Kept going.
He's probably pretty paranoid because Shyvana's been fucking him up.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty worried at this point too about that Shyvana. She's pretty big.
Oh yeah. And Caitlyn did finish that static shift going into the last whisper. Once Caitlyn gets that last whisper, Caitlyn will be pretty much online for a good amount of damage. I think Wang will have to actually respect.
Speaking of being paranoid, Joe's straight up asking Dub to leave his lane because he's worried about it.
Yeah. No one can answer Dubjum right now, I don't think.
He's huge.
He is ginormous. And another interesting build here. Bootstrap with the Bloodthirster. Dubjum. Shyvana ults in out on Albino Joe, and he's just taking the tower. It doesn't matter. Has to flash over the wall. Dubjum actually flashes. The lantern's out, but Wang pulls him away. Back into the laser. Full synergy. Here we go. Uses the panic box. Got the snow shield going. Binding lands to see if they try to continue the fight here. Hibbs laying down the DPS. John Gruden with a very early start.
Alright, that was certainly a fight. That was actually super impressive for him to live through that. Dub knew he could kill him, but his whole team just happened to be almost there and managed to turn it around. Great positioning on Wang for that ult.
Yeah. Yeah, well actually, yeah, not even that. Like let's just say he wasn't doing that to hit into laser. That's actually a Skarner mechanic. You always turn around at the last second because, you know, it leaves them on the opposite side of you. You body block. And then, yeah. I used to play Skarner a lot, so that's what you do. You always turn around at the very last second. So he was probably just naturally doing that, but I'm gonna say he did it for that laser synergy.
Well, see, if you left that part out, I would just assume that was a super swag play.
Yeah. We'll say it is. And Bootstrap, he's getting back into this game. It's only a 40 CS lead for Stripe now. But as I was saying before, Bloodthirster? Isn't the whole point is like crit damage, like IE? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, you're supposed to get crit.
All right. Well,
because your Q can crit, and since your Q damage goes on your barrels that ignore armor can crit. So you know it's kind of important.
it's just crit. There's just a lot of crit there.
So when two of your spells and all of your autos, you know, crit, that tends to be a thing you want to do. It's still only a 1k gold lead.
Yeah, 16 to 16 kills. This is a lot closer game than I thought it was going to be, honestly. And it's super tied up. The only lead, aside from the gold lead, obviously, is 2 dragons for Sharkfade.
Speaking of dragon, that's about to come up in 30 seconds, and we do have the site fights going on right now.
Yep. So I think this is really up to WCF to try to lay down some poke damage first. You have more, you have Lux. Oh man, still Shield comes out to try to block some of that magic damage. Luckily he did not get picked off there.
Looks like they're just going in, man.
Oh yeah, WCF, they split up though. Dubjum ult onto my Wang. Let's see if he can try to get that damage down. Luxel comes in from back. Albino Joe's flanking. Albino Joe is diving with Sivir. What is he doing? But it doesn't matter. Purple Victify is on a killing spree on the other side of the fight. It's just a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. I'm sorry I freaked out there, but I just, the choices sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, what is he? He's like, oh, I got the flank, guys. Don't worry.
14, by the way, on the Magi number.
Yep.
Everett almost going down to purple. He gets snared and ulted, and he's almost dead now, too.
Yep.
Both mid laners punching each other.
And while all that happened, I think Bootstrap was just in the top, pushing it in.
Yep.
I think he's trying to steal the Wraith camp there.
Yeah, he was, and that's because Lux's cooldown says, I don't give a shit. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
what is
ult all the
it?
time.
It gets to like 40 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it gets to 40 at max cooldown. And
yeah, and oh yeah, so he has the death cap, has the Athene's, got the soul stealer, now going into Luden's Echo, and that's gonna be really big actually.
Yeah,
That's a lot of burst damage. Yeah.
He's got the blue buff to almost get him full CDR, and if he does manage to max out the Magi's, he will have full with blue buff, assuming.
Yep. And he doesn't really need the void staff right now. No one on the enemy team really has a lot of MR except for Shyvana.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not going to burst down Shyvana anyway. She's going to take the AD and, you know, some longer damage, maybe a boost grab to take her down.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's not a bad choice to just ignore the pen for now. Wait until a later item.
Mm-hmm. Because with the Luden's Echo now, pretty much if the binding lands on Vivaret or Hibs, they are dead. I don't see them surviving. Heals and shields would have to be popped on them immediately. And they have that. They have shields, they have Lantern, they have Lulu shield. Oh man.
That might have been a dead Hibs if that had landed.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they had the two supports there. So yeah, as I was just saying, if they would have landed all the shields, it may be a summoner heal.
Yeah, and Lulu ult, so he would have been okay, but they would have had to blow one. Dubdrum taking that because Joe sure as fuck can't go stop him.
I think Joe is like just so scared of Dubdrum right now.
I would be too. He's already seen that if Dubdrum wants him and he's alone, he gets to kill him, period.
Yeah, and he's got Randuin's Omen. It's just like a big old cockblock to ADCs around the world.
Yeah, Shyvana's super scary right now. And they're going to have to play these team fights very well in order to come out on top of her.
Yeah. Still a very close game. Dream's still not done for WCF. As we get into the later stages of the game, because we're definitely coming out of that mid game, who do you think has the better team comp? I know Gangplank scales so well.
Gangplank scales very well. Lux doesn't really fall off. It's just about that early mid. If she doesn't get ahead, she can't do that much. So she'll be just fine, but I'd say they're both fairly even on damage, Lux and Victor. So no real... Oh, wow, that might be a dead one.
Oh! Oh, man. Purple Pickle Pie. Swagalicious, dude. He's got 16 stacks now.
Using the full combo perfectly, getting the auto attack with final damage.
He like shot out the bind and he kind of walked away. He's like, ah, shit, I didn't land it. And he's like, it landed. And he went back in.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
16.
Yep, 16 stacks. 10, 2, and 3 for Purple Pickle Pie. And earlier in the chat, he was saying like, hey, you know, we gave up. Game's over. Maybe he's really, at this point of the season, he just is in that I don't give a fuck mode. But maybe that's good. Maybe he can thrive in this I don't give a fuck mode.
Hey man, as one of the teams looking for the, you know, better seeding, good. Fuck them up.
Yeah, dude, why not? Play this one out. Play it to your heart's content. As far as the Gangplank scaling, to go back to that, I don't know if the build actually complements late game scaling. He's got the Giant's Belt now. Usually I've always seen the Trin Force IE and then like a Last Whisper. Pretty much just straight damage.
This game's still so close. We're 36 minutes in and it's still only 1k apart, and it's been that the whole game.
Yeah. And it's just every once in a while there'll be a fight and then everyone backs off and goes back to playing the slow game.
Yeah, there's been very little contention anywhere.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like they're just waiting for the enemy team to make a mistake.
Both teams are. Both teams are literally in the stalemate of you do it first.
Yeah. I don't think that's the way to play League of Legends. I mean, it is if you're behind, but Sharkbait can probably push this a little bit harder. Force that Baron.
And every time they get a catch on to Hibs, they can definitely force some more, because he's got caught by that Lux multiple times, and they don't really do much with it. But we do have Dragon coming up in a minute. Hopefully that'll force these guys to actually get out of the DMZ.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually I think Hibs and Vivera, they might be a little scared of My Wang. My Wang is actually doing a really good job this game of being on that front line and trying to charge in if he doesn't get locked up by a gravity field or something like that. He went Cinderhulk into Black Cleaver and Deadman's Plate.
So they are starting to get wards down in Baron. so everyone's aware that, you know, it's almost 40 minutes in the game. If something goes wrong or we don't position right, they will take their end.
Bootstrap got the wave pushing down bot, so he recalls and he's going to group up with his team. Madam Stripe has to answer the wave down bot. Both top laners have teleport. Yeah, 15 seconds. I think WCF needs to find an in here. They need to try to get back their jungle control.
Yeah, Sivir is not on her way in. Boost does grab a hook, but it's not going to matter at all. Oh, though. Oh, wow, that felt a lot less damage than I thought it would.
Who did that go on?
That hit Pickle Pie, but he had his shield up.
Oh!
He ate almost all of it.
Oh,
no,
in danger. On to John Gruden. Madam Stripe's there for Black up. And
Black down.
Okay, here's the Sivir also. By way, starter ult in on the Sivir and then trying to lay down the damage. The Zonius is going to negate tons of it. Himself from the zip five from the fight. Double kill for Bootstrap. Oh man, the Lux Laser misses Dub Jump and he is still alive, still have more than half health, wrecking this team fight right now. And they need to pierce his armor. There's the barrel. He's still alive. He's still alive. Stealing double kill for him. John Gruden was still alive in the back. And a 2 for 3. It almost looked really good for WCF there. And it's still go to Madam Stripe, still trying to get the kill on the Purple Pickle Pie here. Shutdown for Stripe, and all members go down for WCF, and ace for Shark Fate, HooHa, and the Dragon.
So some might hope that WCF realizes from that fight, they could have won that fight. Like, that was not because, you know, Shyvana's big and scary. Like, that was a minor misplay on probably not focusing well enough. And other than that, like, even with that now 2k gold, still only 2k gold, oh my god. They can still come back and they can fight again, and if they play it better, they can win the next fight.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't discourage them. Again, like you said, it was just they just misplayed the team fight a little bit. That Zonia's out of Piferet was so huge because MyWing flashed in and got the ult on him, and then kept him in the gangplank call, but then Zonia'd and stayed alive. And at that point, you're already in a choke point for WCF, and Dub Jump just did Shyvana things to the back line. It was a good idea because they need to Sivir ult and just get the pick right away. That's basically what they're all about. Actually, at the end of the day, this is just a bona fide pick comp.
Just a blank.
Just a blank, dude. I mean, it's a Sivir comp, but it's also a poke comp. They have so much, catch. They have a lot of CC they can catch people with here.
God, Wang is so tanky right now, too. He's at almost 4,500 health.
Yeah, note. HooHa has 4 drags. That's 5th dragon will be on the board next time it's up. Rando's Omen's completed for Gangplank. Bootstrap. What does he get? What?
I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's more rhetorical. I don't mean to lay down in the hot seat. You're like, I don't know, man.
Oh, Joe. Man. Joe's actually away from lane. And there's the ult.
Yeah, Pifret's been hit up. Oh my god! Oh my Joe! Got laser beam. He's just a science experiment for Pifret here. And Bootstrap narrowly escaping with this life Dub Jump. He is cornered by 3, but he doesn't give up. Look! Can they kill this monster? Can they slay the dragon? And they do in an epic 1v3, but at the end of the day, it's still a win for Sharkbait. 1 for 2. Yeah, Dub Jump is just... He's working on it. He's full build right there.
Is that... Oh, it's 10.
10, yeah. You died. Yeah. God, this is so hard to stack.
Yeah, it's so hard to read.
Yeah. Right. Oh man, look at that
huge,
juicy shield, and they're looking for a fight here. Lantern's down. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, and Lulu didn't shield there. It might have been a dead hit.
No, the shield came in afterwards.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah, so that was just how much he took.
Wow, okay. So that's... I mean, you force him back, if anything, and it's such a low cooldown. Just fire that laser beam.
It's been a while since I've seen a Lux, and a Fed Lux at that.
Yeah.
Forget
Okay,
how much fucking
who's
damage
got
that
that
does.
last Whisper? That's what I wanted to see. That's going to be really big. I think he is the one who has to deal with Dub Jump in the back line.
That's a shit ton of armor ignoring right now.
Yeah, just lay down the barrels. Tell Purple Pokepie and Albano Joe, sit here and then make a triangle of barrels around them. And then walk away and land another. Okay, how many barrels do we have? 3 or 4? Just
5.
Make 5?
You can have, at max level, you can have up to 5 in your inventory. I'm assuming you can place like 10 or more.
What?
You can place a lot, but you can only have 5 stacked in your inventory, but you can place them super fast.
Well,
they also don't last, they last like a minute each, so they're not super long or anything.
Yeah, but Dub Jump he just has to set up the barrels and hopefully zone out Dub Jump. It's a tense fight now. Like you said, it's just a 3K gold lead. It's still super close gold-wise, but it feels like Sharkbait's in the driver's seat, but they're not making any decisions.
They are in the driver's seat only because they're up on dragons, because they've managed to come out up on top of the fights around the dragons. Honestly, a lot of WCF's kills have come just from picks, which they're a very good team for, but like a lot of them have just been Purple Picklebite, just catching and deleting one person.
The ping goes down the Baron for WCF. They see Dub Jump bot. Dub Jump doesn't have teleport. He's a jungler. He's got Smite and Flash. He's still gonna keep going. So they have to make a decision now. Do you deal with Shyvana, or do you push this mid tower, or do you go Baron? You gotta.
Yeah, you have to Simmer right now.
Yep. Oh, good Flash on the him. He's gonna get exploded. Remember, locked up by the gravity field out of him red here.
Shyvana's breaking away.
Yeah, there's still. Yeah. Shyvana is coming over onto the fight here. Bifferet's still alive. He's still untouched. Boost grab diving.
He's gonna turn on him
here. Yeah, and this is a huge turnaround double kill for Bifferet here. And the 2 remaining members of WCF have to get out.
It was a very good fight, but they kept going just a bit too long. They had a good catch there, and they got a kill early, but then they just kept fighting under turret. And Shyvana is not done with this.
Oh, Shyvana! Oh no!
Shyvana's actually. Oh god.
That Caitlyn trap, dude. Oh no, we didn't pop the Banshee's veil. Oh man, goodbye. Don't hit the laser beam.
Down to 5
Dub
again.
Jump. He's just gonna keep going.
Dub doesn't care.
Dub doesn't care. Double kill for him. And
that's
this.
Him.
Yeah, this game actually just got out of control.
They're not getting in. Okay, they're going back for the inhib. Good.
I hope so. Man, it was a good pick out of WCF. They had hits, and then they decided to dive.
Yeah, they just kept going too long. They should have taken that kill, maybe got some damage on the turret, but they couldn't dive like that.
Yeah, their team comp cannot dive. It's just not made for diving. But yeah, now this gold swing, now it's up to 6K for Sharkbait. Dragon's up, and Hibbs nets into the pit, and he's doing it.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of items.
This is Pit Dragon.
Yeah, no contest.
Now the thing is, now that they have that inhib down up top, do they wait for supers and just try? I think they're actually going to right, because I mean, you force a Baron fight, and if WCF wants to fight, you have 5th Dragon, so you win the fight, or it's a win-win. I think you're just gonna win this game at this point if you're Sharkbait.
They're in a super good position. They got that top inhib, which just is, perfect pressure, and then they went down. Got that dragon, so they will win any fight, guaranteed right now, especially with that scary Shyvana. So yeah, like you said, they go fight Baron. Either they come and they all fight him, and they fucking rush in,
and they get destroyed by Aspect, or they give up this Baron, and then
they have double buff, and then they come back to base.
Double buff, a whole new meaning of double buff, folks. Baron and Aspect of the Dragon. It's
no, Baron and Dragon. That's what I meant by double buff.
Yeah, no, it's a whole new meaning.
Oh, for some reason when you said Aspect of the Dragon, I thought you meant just Shyvana's ult.
Oh,
which is Dragon's Descent.
Dude, yeah.
I thought you were counting Shyvana's ult as a buff. I was like,
oh, dude, you might as well at this point, dude. It's like it's a fucking team-wide global buff. Look at Dub Jump. He's zoning the whole team.
Yep. One day someone will ban the Shyvana against him.
You would have to think so. And you cannot say if you're WCF and after this game, when you talk about, hey guys, what went wrong out there, I don't think you might bring up like, oh, it might have been a good idea to ban Shyvana, but you guys had this game. This game was totally winnable for WCF, even with that Shyvana pick.
Yep.
Yeah, you just haven't factored in a little bit. It might have been a lot easier, but yeah, this seems like it's just some bad fights picked for WCF, and that's really been the story of their team the entire season. Because they get ahead early, and they bring the fight, and they know how to answer and trade objectives. But later on,
that's gonna be game.
I don't know how to cast this. I just wanna watch that. Holy crap, dude.
So that is GG, 100%. They have about the minions, and no one's up for 48 seconds. That is a noise.
What is that noise?
That's Shyvana.
What?
Shyvana doing a ton.
Oh, jeez. It's just fucking Shyvana.
Alright, do we want to... Obviously Dub. Do we want anyone else?
Vivret. I haven't talked to Vivret in a while.
Vivret? Alright.
Yeah.
We'll grab those two up here. I'll go down and talk to him real quick.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to
That
your
was
channel.
way too hard to drag people.
All right. Well, welcome. Congratulations, Vivret and Dubdrum.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Man, Tree, where do we start with this game?
Probably with the insane damage that Dub was doing. Were you surprised when people keep not banning that Shyvana against you?
I mean, like, I'm trying to build my champion pool because, what was it, Salvo asked me to, so I'm trying not to play Shyvana. But, like, this game we got Lulu for some dumb reason, so we're like, oh, fuck it, let's just pick all of our OPs. So that's what we did.
Yeah, that kind of worked out. Yeah, that's a good point. All of you got comfort champs: Victor, Lulu, Shyvana, Thresh, and Caitlyn. Are those really all like your just best champions?
Besides Viv's, because Viv is a support main, so yeah, that's pretty much all of our, like, favorite champions to play.
Yeah, my bans end up going back and forth. For people who ban me, they either ban my Orion or Victor. Whichever one's left over when I pick.
Yep. So kind of a slow game overall. It was just really kind of a farm fest. Not a lot of big fights and then into objectives. It was pretty much just a fight and then back to wave management. Was that your idea? Like, was that the design of the team comp, or did you just kind of lost on what to do or waiting for them to make a mistake?
Our comp was based a lot on objective control. We have a lot of range, and if they try to engage, we have a very strong counter engage, which is what happened with most fights. They would jump on me, and then we would keep me alive long enough. They would burn everything on me.
Yeah, exactly.
I also felt super greedy and wanted to make plays, so I'm like, guys, I'm gonna split push. And then they'd either get like one hit away, or I'd kill them and then die, or I'd just die. Every single time I split push, I'm pretty sure I died.
There was a very, very close fight in their bottom second tower where you almost had Joe, but he just got away and his team showed up.
I know. Like, I flashed and then misclicked the auto, so I thought, like, it happens. I totally, like, you should have heard me in comms. I was so pissed. So salty.
Yeah.
But, like, the good part about that is, like, I was able to split push, and, like, with a Thresh, Caitlyn, Lulu, Victor, like, even if they were to engage on it, like, there's so much, like, hard damage and disengage that, like, I was still able to split push even at 4v5 because we had a better team comp.
Yeah, even though they were a silver comp with a gangplank to slow you guys, you still managed to get out of almost every one of their engages. So very well played.
That's what Victor's nice for. Counters that.
You had very
Yep.
good stuns.
That Gravity Field, dude. Let's just name Gravity Field the MVP of this game because he locked up Wang so many times on those Sivir ults.
Well, they
So-
would. The big problem is the Sivir would stand right next to Skarner every fight, so Morgana would shield him. So one of them wouldn't be shielded, and then I would just blow up that one.
Yeah.
All right. 30, any more questions for him?
Yeah, so obviously a pretty good win here. That feels good. You guys go to 5-3.
Yeah, we have 3, 5, and 3 teams right now.
3, 5, and 3 teams. So I mean, we're all locked in. These top 4 teams were locked in for the playoffs. How are you guys feeling? Sort of this end of season push. What's your goal? What's the seed? Because first place is already locked up. Obviously, you probably shooting for second seed.
Sober up. Actually, try one at the game.
God.
I love you all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna end that.
Wow.
That was really mean.
I apologize for him. We're not all like that.
Okay, for the record, I only do it because I know more than half of you in person. I try to be funny with it because you guys all know that I'm just a shit talker. I hope you guys know that.
Oh, I think everyone knows that.
All right, good.
No
good.
worries there.
All right, I believe that just about does it for us here in week 3, last game, and we'll see you all next week.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
See ya.
User